you are the masterpiece of the Almighty. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2 verse 10. You are not a fleeting thought or a random creation. You are His dream, His delight, and His most cherished treasure. He formed you with hands of love, weaving His divine essence into every fiber of your being. You carry His fingerprints on your soul and His image in your heart. Can you feel it? The Creator of the universe looks at you and calls you His own. Even when life feels overwhelming, His love remains steadfast. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23. When life feels heavy, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, remember this: God's love for you is immovable. It is not based on who you are today or who you were yesterday. It is based on who He is, and He is unchanging. His love is the constant that holds the stars in place and yet tender enough to hold your tears. Yes, those tears you thought were unnoticed, those silent cries in the night. He sees them all. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56 verse 8. You are His cherished child, and He calls you by name. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. Isaiah 43 verse 1. Even when the world feels like it's shifting beneath your feet, remember this truth. You are His child. You are not just another creation. You are His most precious delight. In His eyes, you are everything. He calls you by name. He knows you intimately, and He delights in you more than you can comprehend. You are His identity in this world, His image bearer, and He is zealous for you, fiercely protective of your life, your future, your family, and every dream tucked away in the quiet chambers of your heart. God is zealous for you and your future. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. God is not distant. He is near, watching over your life with a love that is both fierce and tender. His zeal for your future is beyond measure. Nothing can touch you without passing through His hands, and His hands are hands of love. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14. You are not alone, beloved. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. In those moments when you feel like no one sees you, no one understands your pain, know that God is right there. He is whispering, I see you, I know you, and I love you. His presence is with you, always, even in the storms of life. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Isaiah 43 verse 2. God's love is restorative and unshakable. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Revelation 21 verse 4. For every sorrow you have endured, for every wound that has scarred your soul, He promises healing. God is the God who turns mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, and pain into purpose. You may have endured the weight of sorrow, but His promise is that joy will come, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. Isaiah 61 verse 3. The days ahead are lovingly prepared for you. Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 9. The days ahead are not merely better, they are magnificent. God is preparing a future for you that will leave you in awe. Rest in this truth. The good days ahead are already written, and they are drenched in His goodness, overflowing with blessings crafted just for you. Rest in His love, for it is eternal and unchanging. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13 verse 8. Let your heart swell with His love. Let His light fill every dark corner of your life, for in His light there is no shadow. His love is unshakable, His promises unbreakable, and His presence unstoppable. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are held, loved, and cherished by the One who knows you better than anyone ever could. He calls you by name, and He delights in you. Beloved, you are His forever. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 31 verse 3. So trust Him, for He is passionately, fiercely, and eternally in love with you. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In His love He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3 verse 17. You are His masterpiece, His beloved, His everything. Rest in His love. Rest in His promises, for He is forever and always passionately for you.